we doing? Seriously, what are we doing this season? What happened to you in the offseason? Who hurt you, DiJonai? Ever since the season tipped off, you have been a one-person wrecking ball, wrecking havoc on the floor, wrecking havoc after the game, approaching officials, eye-raking Jessica Shepard. Another week, another day of dirtbag DiJonai Carrington.
DJ Carrington must have taken one look at the final buzzer and thought, perfect time to throw hands. Because clearly 4 full quarters of basketball just weren't enough cardio for her. No, she needed a post-game bonus round where a Satou Sabally played the unfortunate role of target practice.
It's disgusting what's going on with her. You guys need to put a stop to this because it is going too far. She was out there hacking again versus Phoenix today. And not only was she out there hacking and doing all of that stuff, let's look at her trying to interrupt the Phoenix Mercury's huddle and start a fight with Satou Sabally and Mercury players. Let's look at this nonsense. You guys need to put a stop to this. Y'all need to put a stop.
And Kathy Angelbert. At this point, she's running the league with the intensity of a suburban book club moderator. Someone toss her a rule book, a whistle, and maybe a reality check. This isn't just another WNBA dust-up. It's a full-blown chaos casserole. And yes, it's as spicy as it sounds. Grab your popcorn and buckle your seatbelt. It's about to get gloriously unhinged. Let us know in the comments below what should be done to Carrington and Commissioner Kathy Angelberg. Let's go.
There's some serious drama going down here after this ball game ended. Well, I'm surprised security.
Now you see her go approach her? You see her go approach her? You see her go approach her from behind? And that look, her teammates are having to pull her back and all of that. Bruh, you lost. Y'all got smacked. Y'all have won one game. Take your sorry asses to the locker room. Take y'all sorry asses to the locker room. Y'all won one game all year. Shout out to Paige. You had a hell of a performance today. Y'all stink. Don't interrupt the other team huddle. Take y'all trash team to the locker room.
Bro, and you think it stops there? Think again. The real question here isn't just what happened, but how is this still happening? It's 2025, and we're watching fully grown, fully paid professionals throwing toddler tantrums with better footwork than their layups. Meanwhile, Kathy's off in her happy place, probably sipping organic chamomile from a mug that says breathe. Ma'am, you're not leading yoga in the park. You're running a professional sports league that looks more like a traveling fight club every week. Are we watching elite athletes or an unlicensed episode of Bad Girls Club? Basketball edition?
In drama yet again in another basketball game, and this time it's with a top-notch player, man. Her and Satou Sabally had a powerful exchange after this game, and you already know Phoenix put the beast on Dallas. Dallas, one of the worst teams in the league. This should come as no surprise, bro. But one thing I can tell you is DiJonai Carrington behavior is starting to look a little spooky, bro. At this point, bro, something has to be done.
Let's zoom in on Carrington for a second because this woman has officially detached from the plot. She's not just setting screens, she's setting up side quests. Dane's out here turning game time into prime time action scenes, throwing limbs around like she just came from a Jackie Chan boot camp. 1 second she's defending a shot, the next she's pulling off spin kicks that belong in an action movie trailer, and post-game it's less good game and more choose your fighter. Honestly, every handshake line now feels like it should come with a trigger warning.
Satou Sabally, Loki was going at it the entire game. Okay, they both they were doing pretty good guarding and defending each other. Like it was starting to get heated up again. They're very competitive women. Okay, Satou Sabally stands at 6'4". DiJonai Carrington is at 5'11". The truth is, though, low-key, they kind of have been going at it, so to speak, for some years now.
And the hair pulling, oh, it's real. We've gone from pick and rolls to pull and snatch, and honestly, it's giving more reunion special than regulation play. We're witnessing mid-court meltdowns complete with flying ponytails. When did the league go from tip-offs to tug-of-war? At this rate, they need to replace headbands with chin straps. Forget fouls. These players need dental coverage and an on-call EMT. The only thing more tangled than Carrington's tactics is the mess she's leaving on the court.
Back in from 2023, just YouTube it here, guys. It's on YouTube here for free. Just type in DiJonai Carrington Satou Sabally 2023. They got into it, kind of clash, and then DiJonai Carrington had said something to her out of bounds. She did something to her. She got fined $200, and then they was on Twitter talking about it. And DiJonai Carrington had added Satou Sabally. She was like, "Come on, Satou, it ain't even got to be like this." And Satou Sabally was like, "Girl, whatever." Again, Satou Sabally, okay, has been she's slick at the mouth. Okay, her and DiJonai Carrington, they act like they ain't got no media training. They act like they ain't got no home training.
Now here's the kicker that really seals the deal. Carrington isn't just chaotic. She's calculated. This isn't some got caught in the heat of the moment story. No, she's got a list. She knows exactly who she's picking fights with, and spoiler alert, it's never the enforcers. Dane Carrington only rolls up on players she's convinced won't swing back. Try pulling that mess on AJ Wilson or Brittany Griner, and you'd get humbled faster than a G League contract. This is the basketball equivalent of slapping the kid with glasses because you know they won't retaliate. It's not toughness. It's a highlight reel of cowardice disguised as confidence. And yeah, that's what makes it stink.
Bro, get her out of here, man. Get her out of here. Why is she even up there? Get her out of here. DiJonai Carrington, you have done enough. WNBA, are you going to step in? Remember the last time I said, since the refs won't handle her doing all these flagrants, somebody gonna have to step up and fight. Now we're after the game and she's approaching someone to fight. She's approaching someone hostile. You too hostile. You just got popped. Y'all have lost 10 games. You have won 1 game. Get your ass to the locker room.
Meanwhile, Kathy Angelberg is probably deep in a Google Doc labeled professionalism guidelines, typing with the urgency of a snail on vacation, while Carrington is reinventing the WNBA as a contact sport with no rules. Kathy's probably workshopping her next TED Talk about poise. Lady, you don't need a think tank. You need a security detail and maybe a taser gun at this point. What's happening on that court isn't a display of competitive spirit. It's straight up WWE with better sneakers.
With the increased attention this year, there's also been increased scrutiny about the quality of refereeing. Curious if there has been any conversation about whether it's referee pay, referee training, anything to ensure that is as good as it can be.
Yeah, and the one thing as a very long-term sports fan I know is that officiating and refereeing is always at the top of a fan's list, of the media's list. Obviously, we work hard on training. We work hard on consistency. Obviously, not every, they're humans. Looking at technology. Basketball is a little more complex than tennis, for instance, around technology of officiating. So we're looking at a variety of different dimensions.
So, let's paint the picture. The final buzzer sounds. Everyone's exhausted, probably craving a Gatorade and some ice packs, but instead of sportsmanship, Carrington decides to cue up her Mortal Kombat soundtrack. Sabally has barely finished tying her laces when Dane starts crouching like she's about to launch into a flying crane kick. The crowd's in stunned silence. Security is either asleep or hypnotized, and Engelbert is still missing in action, likely scrolling through meditation podcasts. Meanwhile, Dane is single-handedly turning the WNBA into a crossover between Sparta and Days of Our Lives.
Else happened last night. DiJonai Carrington said, "Oh, what? Paige Beckers is going to get all this shine after her amazing game? Paige Beckers is going to get all this publicity after this amazing game? How do I take the spotlight off my teammate, act like a child, and have everybody's eyes on me?"
And let's get real. This isn't just adrenaline. This is unchecked aggression with a whistle somewhere in the vicinity. Every time the league fails to clamp down on this with meaningful consequences, it sends a message. Go ahead and suplex someone mid-play. Just make sure to smile for your fine receipt and retweet our vaguely inspirational graphic later. Where are the suspensions? The statements that actually mean something. Carrington is out here composing a full fight montage while Kathy color codes her planner. She's not competing, she's clobbering, and the longer it goes on, the more it looks like no one's brave enough to say enough.
I know what I'm going to do. I know exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to approach Satou Sabally, As the Phoenix Mercury are over here huddling, Satou Sabally gets into it with one of the Wings teammates. They're over here. Yeah, you see? Yeah, Satou Sabally jawing at DiJonai. And that's DiJonai. That's dirtbag DiJonai, by the way, with that thigh tattoo, as you see over here.
Kathy Angelbird is giving all the commanding presence of a sub trying to wrangle a room full of sugar-crazed 8th graders on the last day of school. Players are running wild, elbows flying, wigs in danger, and Kathy, she's scribbling imaginary detention slips on a clipboard that might as well be a prop from a local theater production. And please don't insult our intelligence by calling this passion. Diving for a loose ball is passion. Playing through a torn ankle ligament with your face covered in sweat and pride, that's passion. What DJ Carrington is doing is less passion. More demolition derby meets emotional crisis. She's yanking hair like she's competing in a blindfolded mannequin makeover challenge. If intensity means roundhouse kicks during the handshake line, then maybe we're watching the wrong sport.
How did security let that go on for so long? How does WNBA security not usher them off of the floor? How are y'all allowing them to stay on the floor that long when you see it's becoming hostile? Especially with her reputation. Y'all supposed to get them off the floor. Get them off the floor. You don't see the other team. When Minnesota plays at home, right? When Minnesota plays at home and after the game, they do their dance, step thing, whatever it is they do. You don't see the other team out there. No, the other team beat it. They just smacked y'all. Skate, get out of here. Skedaddles, have a safe flight home. You don't see the other team out there when the minutes like, come on. Y'all lost. Y'all been losing.
But seriously, if Kathy doesn't get a grip and fast the WNBA is going to shift from rising league with stars and promise to viewer discretion advised, it won't be remembered for elite playmaking or growing visibility. It'll be remembered as the place where your ACL isn't the only thing in danger. Your dignity might get sucker punched to the time for delicate warnings and therapeutic emails is over if Carrington drops another post-game scuffle like she's hosting a low-budget fight night and the league once again responds with a hallmark tweet. We're going to start wondering if Kathy's commissioner duties are being handled from a cave somewhere in the Pacific with no signal and a do not disturb sign hanging on the rock. Repercussions aren't optional anymore, they're the bare minimum. Because what's at risk isn't just one team's reputation, it's the entire league's trajectory. The WNBA is finally in the spotlight, and if that spotlight keeps catching her throwing temper tantrums like she's trying to get on an MTV reboot, it's going to backfire. This isn't a scripted drama, this is supposed to be professional sports. But Carrington walks away from these chaos clouds like she's a soap opera villain, leaving the scene of her 17th fire. Slow-mo strut wind in her braids, leaving destruction and unpaid fines behind.
NBA needs to step in and solve this nonsense, man. Y'all are allowing this girl to run around like a menace. And like I said, Satou, Satou kind of soft. It is what it is. Like Satou ain't with all that. She know who to pick and choose to play these games with. She wouldn't have, you see Alyssa Thomas was stopping it. She wouldn't have did what that wolfing she was doing with Satou. She would never do that with Alyssa Thomas, who was there. She wouldn't do that. She wouldn't do that at all. At all. At all. Y'all got popped by 13 points. You guys are 1-10.
And now, because no one wants to enforce rules or act like adults, we've got a domino effect spiraling out of control. WNBA games are starting to look like gladiator exhibitions sprinkled with the occasional free throw. It's turning into a contact sport of chaos, a full-body contest of who can implode the fastest on national television. Forget plays and strategy. Some of these players look like they're out there trying to collect highlight reels of violence. This isn't team spirit. It's self-sabotage with a 6-figure salary, and the wildest part is it's working. They're going viral not for buzzer beaters or slick assists, but for side-eye, beef, body checks, and post-whistle throwdowns. At this rate, ESPN is going to need a warning label before airing WNBA coverage. Viewer discretion advised. This game contains scenes of hair pulling, accidental karate, and potential commissioner negligence. Might as well schedule it back-to-back with Real Housewives of Atlanta and call it Reality Sports Hour.
Allowing her to bully, attack, say whatever, do whatever she wants to any damn players. There is no disciplinary actions. There is no nothing. with DiJonai Carrington, bro. I mean, this is getting out of hand, dog. And it's just so crazy to me that this is yet another week. I mean, well, not even a week. Another game. And we have a DiJonai Carrington situation, bro. A whole damn situation, bro.
But let's take a second and remember who's at the center of all this madness. Caitlin Clark, the very player Carrington decided to target like it was open season last year, brought new eyeballs, new sponsors, and for the first time in years, a legitimate jolt of electricity to the league. She didn't just show up to play, she showed up to shift culture. People who hadn't watched a WNBA game since 2002 were tuning in because of her. She had everyone talking, and what did some players decide to do with that precious moment of attention? Use it as an opening scene for their next meltdown montage. Apparently, they thought the best way to capitalize on rising relevance was to treat the game like an episode of Survivor, Elbow Island.
As everyone else is seeing this angle, I'm calling her in and I'm saying to her, I need answers.
It's mind-blowingly self-destructive. You've got a generational star, someone who could carry the league on her shoulders if the league didn't keep trying to trip her instead of celebrating her presence building around her, or maybe just protecting her from cheap shots and cheap narratives. You've got a few players too busy auditioning for the title of WNBA's Queen of Chaos. Like, seriously, do they not understand what's at stake here? She's the entire brand facelift in human form. She's the reason the games are selling out, and why networks suddenly care. She's not here to get steamrolled every night for someone else's ego trip.
You have two competitive women, okay, who are very spicy, very, they're gonna speak their mind. It is what it is. They got that no-nonsense attitude. They gonna clash. Low-key during that Unrivaled, okay, back in February when it was 1v1, they damn near was fighting, okay, when it was Satou Sabally up against DiJonai Carrington. Satou Sabally, again, she's 6'4", large wingspan. She's bigger and stronger and taller than DiJonai Carrington. She was tossing DiJonai Carrington around like a damn rag doll.
And if this nonsense continues, don't be surprised when she looks across the ocean and sees dollar signs and peace signs coming from Europe. At some point, she's going to realize she doesn't need to keep getting checked like a code at a party just to earn her stripes because, let's not lie to ourselves, the WNBA is still climbing. It doesn't have the luxury of cannibalizing its own momentum. Caitlin Clark isn't just a name on a jersey. She's the engine, the billboard, the ratings bump, the ticket spike, and the merch wave, and right now the league is acting like she's just another sophomore to be hazed. Spoiler, she's not. She's the golden goose, and the way some of these players are treating her, it's like they're prepping her for the rotisserie, and what's even worse, not a single meaningful intervention, not from Kathy, not from the league, no serious fines. No, this won't fly anymore. Speeches are just a PR intern sending out a cryptic tweet about sportsmanship and hoping we forget the headlines by Tuesday. No one's telling Carrington, maybe channel that energy into, I don't know, a jump shot. Instead, the message is loud and clear. Act up, throw hands, briefly rinse, and repeat. Caitlin didn't join the league to become a human tackling dummy for other players' unresolved feelings, and if you think she'll keep showing up without respect or protection, you're in for a very quiet, very awkward future.
So right here, this Satou Sabally, right? So Satou Sabally is in Dallas. Now we all know she used to play for Dallas. So it wasn't a welcome back. DiJonai Carrington immediately put her hands up to the camera. Now this clip, like this scene right here, is going viral everywhere. DiJonai Carrington putting her hand up to the camera, really telling the camera she don't want nothing to do with them, bro.
So if the WNBA wants to ride this wave instead of being crushed by it, they need to stop tiptoeing and start leading. That means real punishment for real nonsense. That means accountability. That doesn't come with a smiley face. That means reminding Carrington and anyone else trying to turn the league into a demolition derby that you don't build a brand by wrecking your teammates and trampling your star. You build it by playing like it matters, like you care, like you want to be more than just a footnote in Caitlin Clark's highlight reel. Right now, too many players are chasing headlines instead of history, and Kathy Angelbird is dangerously close to becoming the commissioner of calamity, because this isn't grit, it's insecurity, it's ego in sneakers. And if no one gets a handle on it soon, Caitlin Clark might not just walk away, she'll sprint. Let us know in the comments below what should be done to Carrington and Commissioner Kathy Angelbird. Like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications so you Never miss out, click the video on the screen, and we will see you in the next.